Wargamer Dave here from MiniWargaming.com. We have officially crowned Fireman Tim as the Master Terrain Builder, and I will show you exactly why. Okay, now, this is just ridiculously awesome, and I've got to show the rest of the world what you are doing here, because it's just too good to be true.
This is the Space Hulk project, building for the club. You might remember Space Hulk back from like the 90s and maybe late 80s. It was a board game, 40K, where you had these Space Marine Terminators searching through corridors, hunting down gene stealers, kind of inspired by the Aliens movie. Well, we decided that we wanted to have a modular board to play on. We can use in campaigns, or we can use for small scale 40K battles of 400 points or less. Modular kind of bunker, space, corridor, spaceship type of terrain that we're making. And we're using these molds here, which are produced by Hearst Arts. This one here is kind of like floor grading for putting down on the floors. This one here is the cargo bay mold. It's got cases and barrels and door hatches and piping and stuff. And this one here is the large pipe mold, which we're going to run along the corridors. With all of this, I've done some casting using a high-grade plaster called Hydrocal, and done this in about 2 days. All this kind of casting here, you can see some of the pipes. They're all modular, so you can just glue them together using white glue. This is the cool one right here. This is the hatch that's going to go in between the rooms. Actually, kind of these glue together, right? And then they fit right into here. They'll slide into there. And there's some wall sections that go in like this, and then there's a cap piece that goes on like that, and there'll be one on the other side. When it's all glued together, you'll just be able to pull the hatch up, the door hatch, and open and close it for your games.
All right, let's take a look at some of the pieces here individually. Let's take a look at a barrel.
Yeah, the barrel comes in 2 pieces. There's like a big section there, and there's a cap. So what you do is you just kind of glue them together, and there you got a barrel. Simple as that. There's a crate. Kind of neat piece there.
A futuristic crate.
Could be full of anything you want, you know, it could be an objective. And there's another larger crate you can glue 2 together or have them as singles.
This is the flooring?
Yep, that's what the flooring's going to look like. And you know, you can randomize them a bit. There's 3 different floorings here. Actually, that could also be used as a wall if you wanted to. You can put that section upright. But there's the checker plate, and then there's kind of like the grill. You just imagine gene stealers popping up through holes in those, grabbing people and hauling them down.
Here's some piping.
Yeah, the piping's really cool because you can do anything you want with it. You can go in any direction. Be good for anything. Like, you know, if you're having another project, you need to make a refinery or something like that. It's kind of like Lego, You just go crazy with it.
The corner pieces.
Little valves and everything you can glue on there,
That's like a separate piece that you cast all by itself, huh?
Yep.
That is just some of the coolest crap I've ever seen.
It doesn't look like much now, but when it's all glued down and built and painted, it's going to be pretty sweet. You're going to have a lot of fun with this terrain. Going to make a hangar bay, going to make a bridge, going to make a sick bay, going to make an engine room, corridors, airlocks, all that kind of stuff. Probably fit about a 4x4 board in this phase of things. If it goes well, maybe we'll make it even bigger.
Let's go over some of the mechanics of actually casting some of this stuff, because apparently it takes more skill than some might think.
It's not as easy as 1, 2, 3, but once you learn the proper technique, it goes pretty quick and you can actually kick these out fairly fast. The first thing about casting with these, first problem you have is bubbles in the plaster. If you use just regular plaster of Paris, it's very brittle. You want to use a high-grade plaster. I use Hydrocal, which is about $1.40 a pound. The best stuff is dental plaster, which is really expensive. It's almost unbreakable. You could smash it on the floor, it still won't break. I can't afford that, and I can't find a supplier, so I'm using Hydrocal. To get rid of the bubbles, so go back to that, you have to soak these molds in a solution of water and jet dry. Jet dry is the stuff you put in your dishwasher to get rid of the spots on your glasses and stuff. But what the jet dry does, it breaks the surface tension of the mold and allows the plaster to go into all the different corners and get all the bubbles out. When you're pouring the plaster, you actually have to bang your table or vibrate the table to make those bubbles come up to the surface. Otherwise, you get in some of the bad casts I did here, like this one here, you can see all the bubbles in it. You know, that's bad. You don't want that. So that was just me experimenting, learning how to cast. This one here is like almost a perfect cast, So there's like a before and after, right? This is without the jet dry. This is with the jet dry right there. So that's without jet dry.
You see different bubbles.
Yeah.
You see little. Definitely important to use the jet dry, I'd say.
Yeah. And it's a trial and error. Like your first few molds you do, don't expect to get it perfect. Once you start getting the technique down, it goes really fast. It's a lot of fun, actually. That's the big project. That's probably going to take me about a month to complete. But it's going to be pretty sweet when it's all done. I hope the club's really going to enjoy it.
So this is obviously a work in progress. You will see more of the Space Hulk project coming soon.